Hey all, how are you going? Welcome with me, Rescue here on another round of Righteous Readings, where I give all righteous readings to you guys, my beautiful avid viewers. I hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, weekend, whatever part of the week cycle you are in your neck of the woods. I hope you are having an exceptional one. So we are going to move on to the next star sign in line for the March main monthly, and of course we are up to the sign of Aries. So my beautiful Aries Ram Gang, I hope you are doing exceptionally well. We are about to look at your March main monthly. This is for placements of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mercury of Aries. Okay guys, so remember, as we travel through, the messages will of course become more defined. So my first explanations are a brief description, but please stay till the second round because they will often warp, be more defined, or even change storyline or completely, depending on the clarification cards that come in the secondary round. I hope you enjoy the reading today. If you do, like, share, but most importantly, if you've not done so already, consider subscribing to my channel and push the notification bell to all, so you'll be notified every time I go live. I do weekly lives on the weekend here in Australia. So once a week I go live. We do an all signs weekly for all of my beautiful 12, and we see what's coming in for the week ahead, and we do it again. So Aries, we are going to look at your March main monthly now for the month of 2023 year. This, as I said, for the placements I've already explained, and we're going to kick it now. I'll explain it initial and it will be clarified, and then we'll get your spirit animal for the month at the end. So make sure you stay tuned till that point. Enough rambling from me, let's hit it, Aries. Okay, let's suss it out for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury placements, of course, as always, my darlings, for the month of March 2023. Yeah. Sign of Aries, please, spirits and guides. It's coming for Aries for the month of March 2023 year. Okay, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury placements. We're looking at the March monthly, please. Celtic Cross standard placements. Thank you, Spirit, Guides, Ancestors, and Source. I feel like, Aries, there is something you really want to push forward with. There's something you really meticulously trying to, like, burst the bubble, like, get attainment on, like, burst the bubble and get what's inside the bubble, like, I don't quite understand that, but there is like some sort of penetration of a force field. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like it's blocking, but you are very determined. I don't feel like you are going to penetrate this thing, but you are going to put yourself in much position where you've got like multiple ways you're going to be able to work this out. Whether if one fails, like something else will take its place. Like you're setting it all up for the strike. You're setting it all up for the strike, no matter what way this bubble bursts. From the analogy. All right, Aries, let's do this now. Some Aries. I feel like you don't want to tell anyone though what's going on. You're so secretive. You're so secretive on this one. You don't want to give nothing away. You're being militant on this, I feel. But let's look at the placements and then we'll start to explain what this is all about. Remember, clarification will become clearer, so don't get too bogged down on the initial summary because it will probably change. Well, that could be why. The underlying energy so far for the month of March, Aries, is the Devil versus Capricorn's major. We are separating ourselves from anything that's toxic, anything that puts us in substandard way of living, addictions, you know, really being bound to things and shackled to things that aren't for our good in any way, shape or form. Let's go through the placements, Aries. Your current energy coming to the reading, coming to March, is the Queen of Cups. This is lovely. It's someone that's very giving, very emotionally invested, very able to really see things and feel things from other people's perspectives, very invested and gives their time quite willingly. The crossing issue challenge, Aries, that you're going to have to face throughout the month of March is the Seven of Pentacles, really looking at your monetary needs and the profit and or gains that have come from that, whether there may be some sort of shortfall here or some sort of growth that's not only not happening, there is a depletion of maybe the assets in general. Crowning the reading at your subconscious point of view is the Ten of Wands reversed. Now, this is many battles and burdens, but we are releasing them actively now. Things that were very burdensome and really cumbersome for us, we are now starting to finish up or release. Things are coming to some sort of a cycle, but it hasn't been easy, and I feel like it's been very much on its head. The root of the reading, the foundation by which everything's growing from, is interesting, the Two of Cups. This is a unionship, a coming together, an actual agreement, whether it's a union or, vocalized agreement, or it could actually literally be a unionship such as engagement or work collaboration coming together, like signing of a document, legitimate unionship. But look, two individuals are coming into this and they're exiting out as one, intertwined, totaled. Past energy for Aries is the Five of Cups. This is heartbreak, grief, loss, and really being quite stricken by that fact and not being able to see beyond it at that point in the past energy. But moving forward from that, you did take some time out with the Four of Swords and really put yourself, especially mentally, in a state of respite, repose, so you could really replenish and also get perspective on every asset of it, an aspect of it, and really gain insight, therefore, of and make decisions appropriate, therefore, of when time was due in due course. Spirit's advice for Aries is Taurus's major. It is the Hierophant. This is really getting back to the base of spirituality, really getting back to whatever you believe in, whether that's counsel, spirituality, a marriage, a unionship, or whether that's something inside yourself even. But it's all about that real inner light as well as real spiritual inboundment of what your belief systems are, what you're actually tied to in the sense of what fulfills your need of belief. Even if you have none, that's still something. It's the rules and the laws inside ourselves that govern that. And Spirit is telling you to get back into real alignment with that. The outside view of you, they see the Ten of Cups. They see someone that's very abundant, has really good relationships with those around them, and is a real asset, a real rainbow, I want to say. A real fixture of light, love, and just joy and bubbliness. Hopes and fears for Aries, King of Pentacles reversed. This is corruption. This is the WhatsApp scammer, Ponzi schemer, someone coming in and really taking you for a ride. And the outcome, this scares me just as much, the King of Wands reverse. This is someone that's very egotistical, someone that's very unstable, wants something, doesn't want it, is really flitty, can be a little bit obtuse, can be a little bit rude and a bit stuck up. They can really step on other people's toes, really make other people uncomfortable, and really be difficult to manage and to understand their point of view, because they just seem selfish toddlers. Like, they want what they want, and they want it now. Simple. All right, Aries, I'm now going to go through and clarify these placements so we can get more specifics out of the generalized messages that we've sort of just started with now. So let's walk through it all. So the current energy we had for Aries, the Queen of Cups. Spirits and guides, can clarify the current? Yep. The Ace of Wands reverse. Challenge. For the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Three of Wands reverse with the Page of Pentacles reverse. Crowning the reading, we have the Ten of Wands reverse. Can clarify the 10? Yeah. 10 of Swords reverse with the Three of Wands. The root of the reading, we had the Two of Cups. Can clarify the Two of Cups for Aries March. The root of the reading, please, the Two of Cups. Clarify the Two of Cups. I feel like there's a real concentration here of unionship, but this is where the secret lies. It's like a secret collaboration of sorts. Three of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Cups, past energy, Five of Cups. Let's clarify that Five of Cups now. Wheel of Fortune reverse, moving forward from that, Four of Swords. Clarify the Four of Swords. Seven of Pentacles, Spirit's advice, the Hierophant. Clarify the Hierophant. Knight of Pentacles reverse. Outside view, Ten of Cups with the High Priestess reverse. Hopes and fears, King of Pentacles reverse. Page of Swords reverse, and the outcome, King of Wands reverse. Six of Cups reverse, Three of Swords reverse, shit, Moon reverse. Aries, we will now travel through and explain the clarified portion of your reading now, okay? So let's hit it and explain it. So, I just need this deficit. So the current energy, actually no, the underlying energy. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. We have 2 majors for the month. We started with that devil reverse and then we come out with the moon reverse. Now the moon is reflection of Pisces major. Of course, the devil reverse is Capricorn's major. I find this very amusing, actually, in some ways, because they're both inverted and they're both quite worrying cards. But when they're inverted, it's a very uplifting message here for you today, Aries. Because as I said before, the devil reverse, we were releasing from things that were subordinates, shackled us, things that were addictive, things that were bad for us. Anything that shackled us or left us in a subordinate energy where we were sort of on our knees begging for the mercy of it. With the moon reverse, any deception, any obscurities, this is all about the 12th house, the subconscious. So inside our own mind's eye even. We are getting crystal clear clarity here and we are seeing what is the delusion and what is the reality. We're not getting skewed by any lines of indifference. We know what shit is. We know what's addictive. We know what's bad for us. We know what's lying in the subconscious. And we're not going to let the dark recesses of our mind or the shadows by which we see in the world confuse us at all. There's Princess. There she goes. We know what that shit's about. We're not going to get confused. We're not going to get, taken in by any of that shit. We know where it's at. Let's go through the placements now for Aries. So we started off with that Queen of Cups, and this was then clarified. Sorry. This was then clarified by the Ace of Wands reverse and the Ace of Cups. 2 aces here with this Queen of Cups. This is lovely. The Queen of Cups, she is very emotionally invested. She doesn't always come across as such, though. She's very giving. She's very warm. Her goodness overflows. But the most important thing about the Queen of Cups is her cup is actually her intuitional guidance. It's overflowing. She has a direct link to the divine. She's very intuitive. She really trusts a lot in her sense of her emotion, of her investment in that intuitiveness. And she follows it in due diligence. With the Ace of Wands reverse coming in behind that, though, there is some sort of passionate adventure or some sort of beginning here that you are very desired for, which isn't really coming in. But with the Ace of Cups coming behind that, there is a sense that what once was not working will eventually start to work through. When we get in touch with our emotions and we spill that cup, we let that cup overflow. We let the truth of the knowledge of the emotion run raw, run deep, run fluent. Things tend to come into more alignment. Instead of pushing at it from a fire perspective of let's just burn it, let's just push through, let's just incinerate it. Maybe a different sort of tact is more for you, Aries. Instead of using your fire element, using more of that water element, letting emotion and your heart run thick and through it. I think the picture on this card really does explain it quite well. Lead with the heart. Lead with your emotion. Lead with your intuitiveness. Don't necessarily lead with your fire. Your challenge, crossing, obstacle, issue you're going to need to face and deal with throughout the month of March is the 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands reverse with the Page of Pentacles reverse. The challenge is this. Looking at your monetary means, seeing the growth, or what growth I should say has not happened. There's a sense here that money isn't as plentiful or as rich as what it should be. With the 5 of Wands coming in behind that, there is a sense of a lot of contradictionaries here. You may be telling yourself that this growth has been happening and it will be there. When you go check the bank balance or your assets or you're seeing that there's not. And you're sort of lying to yourself. You're sort of saying, nah, next month, next week, it'll be fine. With the Page of Pentacles coming in behind that, we aren't putting in any extra skills. We're not giving of any of our time, our real security towards this. We're just hoping it's going to sort its own shit out. That would be a big mistake for you, Aries, because I'm seeing here that you will lose out on some sort of gain here in that secured pentacle value. There is a sense here of not watching the pot, and it's boiling over. It's going manic. It's setting the kitchen on fire. We need to use some due diligence here to manage this. We can't just put it off to the corner and hope that, you know, it's just going to work its own shit out. It's not going to do that. If anything, it's actually going to become really big issue for you. So my advice, it would be this. Any monetary things that you've been waiting to grow or be sorted out, get your butt into it in March. Really nip this shit in the butt, because I see that this is going to be a fluent problem going into many months beyond this point if you don't start getting on top of this now. Crowning the reading at the forefront of it all, in the subconscious of it, 10 of Wands reverse, 10 of Swords reverse, 3 of Wands. Wow, what a mixed baggie. 2 10s here. 10 of Wands reverse, you know, there's been heavy burdens. Very burdensome. Things we entered into became so much more heavy than what we expected them to. But with the 10 of Swords reverse, I'm seeing that there will be some sort of benefit or profit, but it will be very short gain. There will be a bit of a leg up for you. And my advice would be use this benefit or this leg up to the best of your ability while it's available, because it will be very short-lived. With the 3 of Wands, I'm seeing from this, you will be waiting for some sort of extra opportunity or waiting for something to come in from it. Make sure you're not solely relying on this benefit or profit to really go the distance. Just be happy it's happening while it's happening. And as I said, really use it to the best of advantage, because there is a sense here of coming out of that sort of waiting for the sun to re-rise back up. And it may, but it also may not. So just make sure you've got a plan A, B, and C in regards to it. The root of the reading, the foundation by which it's all born from. And I found this very conflicting. 2 of Cups with the 3 of Pentacles reverse. So there is some sort of unionship at the foundation of the root of this whole reading. A unionship of coming together. But I'm seeing that there's lots of misunderstandings in this connection. We're not collaborating well, but more importantly, we're not even on the same page. It's like I say black and they're thinking white. There's a sense here of almost like Mercury retrograde, like I'm trying to explain something, but no matter from what angle I try to explain it, there's just misunderstandings here. We're not on the same page. It's not being reciprocated well, and it may even be leading to some arguments or some, artistic frustrations, we'll call it. Past energy leaving you now, Aries, still prevalent. 5 of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. In the past energy, there was some sort of grief, loss, and it really left you stricken hard. With the Wheel of Fortune reverse, it was a sense that this is just bad luck, bad comeuppance. Oh, woe is me. No luck or chance for me. Everything just leads to to grief-stricken loss, basically. Moving forward from that energy, we have the 4 of Swords with the 7 of Pentacles. So again, with the 7 of Pentacles, guys, and I can't stress this enough, because even moving forward from this, again, the 4 of Swords is really taking yourself out of it, especially mentally, going to a state of repose, replenish, respite, really pulling your energy away and really going into an isolated state. From that, we are looking at that 7 of Pentacles, the lack of growth, or looking at our monetary means that we are really shackled to some agreements here maybe that aren't as plentiful or aren't working out very well. And I'm seeing that that 4 of Swords is you trying to get some mental ability here, getting some mental stability of understanding exactly what's going on. You're sort of like so racked and confused that you're sort of pulling back to sort of have a look at it, but you're still looking at the same problem. I'm not really sure if you're actually getting any answers out of this. You're just revisiting the same shit. Spirit's advice might give us some clarity though. The advice from Spirit for the month is the Hierophant, Taurus Major, with the Knight of Pentacles reverse. There's so many Pentacle cards in this with swords in this reading for you guys. Spirit's advice is really get in touch with spirituality. Whatever that means for you, what your belief system is. It could also get realignment with a marriage or a unionship of that kind of thing. But it could also be getting counsel, getting some advice, getting whatever you trust in, whatever your belief system is attuned to. Whatever that means for you, it's getting in alignment with that. And Spirit is really trying to drum that into your head. Get into that position where you are spiritually bound to. And sacrifice for that fact. With the Knight of Pentacles reversed, though, you're in a state of inreta. You're not making any movement here. You're on your head. When the Knight of Pentacles is upright, he's a snail. He moves slower than a snail. When it's on its head, what's less than a snail? No movement at all. There is nothing being put to this. It's like saying, I believe in Santa Claus, but when Christmas comes, you don't celebrate it. It's that inconsistency here. If you believe it, make it a vow to it. Really stick to it. Whatever that is for you, whatever that belief system is for you. Outsiders view, Aries, what they see when they look at you in your situation, they see a 10 of Cups with the High Priestess reverse. They see someone that's got real strong relationships, real richness, someone that's really looked up to, someone that is an absolute rainbow of color, someone that's really out there, very zesty, very full on, and someone that's very emotionally invested, someone that really cares. But they also see someone that doesn't follow their own knowledge, doesn't follow their own belief system, someone that gets too pulled in by other people's opinions, other people's thoughts, and follows their opinions rather than what they know to be true inside their own intuitive self. Hopes and fears, Aries. The King of Pentacles reverse with the Page of Swords reverse. This is that corrupt SOB that's in the, WhatsApper, scammer, Ponzi schemer, someone in a dark lair somewhere stealing money from your bank account and putting it in a bank account in Barbados somewhere. With the Page of Swords reverse, we are lacking in vigilance towards the situation. We are lacking in seeing the truth of it. We are being blindsided, or we're just not looking carefully enough to see what this individual's real intent is. And I'm seeing that this is in a direct alignment, someone very close to you, or maybe even you yourself. I would hope not, but take it how it resonates for you. Now, the outcome is all inverted, and I've got to say the outcome, it's a bit of a hard cookie to read for you. Not hard to read, but it's going to be hard for me to have to tell you this. The King of Wands reversed with the Six of Cups reversed with the Three of Swords reversed. The King of Wands reversed is someone that is very egotistical, someone that really is very, very invested in things, and they can get quite hot-headed, very Aries. Someone that when they don't get their own way, they're like a toddler. They will crack the shit something fierce, and they will throw things. They will dip themselves on the ground and trust me, I've seen it every day of every year for the past 19 years of my life with my children. But it's very toddler energy of, I want my way, I want it now. If you're not going to give it to me, I'm going to get real rotten on you. I'm going to, spit the dum-dum. But with the Six of Cups reversed, there is some sort of wanting to bring in some sort of hopefulness from the past into the future, well, into the current now, actually, and really have a hopeful outlook that you can bring some of that flavor, I guess you could say, and an emotional attainment from the past that made you so happy into the present and therefore into the future. But with the Three of Swords reversed, I'm seeing that there is some sort of heartbreak here. It hasn't just happened, but it has not yet begun to heal. It's very much without a crust. You're very upset, I want to say, about something that you want to bring in to the here and now from the past. But whatever this thing is, there is an underbelly of real pain, of real sadness, of real heartbreak with this. And I'm seeing as you're trying to bring it into the future, it is bringing up a lot of these feelings. It's bringing up a lot of this stuff that maybe you haven't resolved quite completely. And it's really putting you in a position of feeling that pain over again. It's making you feel like it's happening all over again, even though it hasn't just happened, but it hasn't been healed. Now, when we don't heal things and we just put it into the recesses of our mind, or we put it aside, it's still there. And when we try to revisit the memories of it in our mind's eye, it brings up the pain that hasn't been dealt with. And I'm seeing here for you, Aries, it's going to do that. And it's going to maybe hit you like a ton of bricks. You may not be expecting it. So just be prepared. When we wish for things to come back into the future, if things haven't been healed or dealt with, it brings a lot of that pain back with it. Aries, to finish off the beautiful piece of March madness, let's get your spirit animal, which hopefully the message will help guide and assist you throughout this month. Don't forget, spirit animal does attain a lot to do with what happens through March. So keep it in mind, keep it in your back pocket. It's very important, the messages that come from the spirit animal cards. I really, I hold a lot of weight in these cards, in all honesty. For Aries, please, for March. For Aries, March, please. Okay, Aries. This is a different animal. I wonder if you have it in your neck of the woods. I've never seen one in my neck, but maybe you might have. Your spirit animal, Aries, for the month of March is the cardinal. The polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance, so do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. Very interesting. When on the spiritual path, it's easy to idolize what being spiritual means. It can become a rigid mental imprint on which you judge anything that varies from the conceptualization of what being spiritual is supposed to be about. This includes not only another person's practices and beliefs, but your own. Falling short of this idealism leads to either assuming a righteous and arrogant position with others, or when self-imposed, it leads guilt and shame. This spiritual perfectionism can make you resent about enjoying the pleasures of the material world as well as those of your physical body. The earth herself provides a dazzling and sensual panorama of experiences to be directly encountered through the physical senses. Yet for many, truly enjoying the pleasures of the senses of sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell can be fraught with worry, anxiety, guilt, and shame, products of early childhood, religious and or cultural conditioning. Others become so entangled in the world of the senses that it becomes their God, and their spiritual core is lost to this materialism. To be polarized in one direction or another takes you either to lofty heights and iridescent abstractions that are completely ungrounded, or else cause you to become caught up in the glue of the mundane world without the guiding light of spirit to provide a locus of opportunity and authority. With the blessing of your awareness, you can redirect your thoughts and actions toward that which brings greater balance and fluidity between the two polarities. Associations are courtship. Isn't this very interesting, this card for you, Aries? Because this is your reading. Courtship, singing, vitality, self-defense, interrogation, balance, spirituality, fatherhood, harmony, self-expression, confidence, listening, intuition, creativity, responsibility, and colorfulness. I cannot even believe that. That is unreal. The polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance, so do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. The cardinal. And I don't know why. I don't know much about the church, in all honesty. I never practiced it. But forgive me if I'm wrong, and it's more likely that I am. Isn't a cardinal like a high up person in the church, a cardinal? Like a priest? Am I wrong? Like a pope? Like a cardinal? Isn't that what they are before they become pope or something like that? Like the smoke comes out the chimney? Forgive me if I'm wrong. But cardinal, spirit is telling me, is something to do with the church. Sex. Leadership. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I could be. I don't know much, as I said, about the church system. I've never practiced in that set type of religion, so I'm not actually sure. But isn't the cardinal a religious position or title? Let me know down in the comments down below, because I don't know. But I've got a funny feeling that has a lot to do with spirituality, even more than what I'm understanding. So Aries, I'm going to leave that there for you. That is your March, May monthly. Thank you everyone so much for joining me. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and hit that notification bell to all, because I do weekly lives. In the next 48 to 72 hours, we will be doing live for the next weekly. So make sure, if you'd like to be in all those festivities, fun, in chat with me as I read your cards, please come and join me. Aries, I'm going to love you and leave you there. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next round with me, Redsky, here on Righteous Readings. Bye, y'all.